It's Richard Hughes here at the Hughes Law Firm. Thanks for joining us. I have with me John Campbell. John is of counsel to the firm, and we're going to talk about our next installment of solutions. John, we have a lot of folks who are confused about how the heck they pay for care when they have money. They think they have to privately pay, go broke, and then, and only then, can they actually apply for Medicaid. So, stated a different way, is there hope for folks that still have resources but don't want to spend everything down to the nub and still qualify for Medicaid?
Well, they're going to have to personally get their assets down to those eligibility levels that we talked about earlier before they can qualify for Medicaid. And if they prefer to spend it all on nursing home care and then apply, they're certainly free to do that. But there are ways that we can plan to help preserve some of those resources, allow them to qualify for Medicaid sooner, and spend less out of pocket on the nursing home care in the meantime. Private paying for nursing home care with just your own assets is going to cost you probably a good $90,000 a year. You can spend all that out and then go on Medicaid, and then you have nothing but Medicaid. Whereas we may be able to set up a plan where you can have some of your assets set aside to provide a supplemental fund to cover emergencies, to help cover things that Medicaid doesn't cover. If for instance, they may be able to upgrade to a private room in a nursing home instead of a semi-private room, things like that.
Well, couldn't we take some of these excess assets, and as we talked on a previous segment, perhaps buy certain assets that are exempt and therefore have them available? For example, I think you said we can buy an automobile of any value. Couldn't we take some excess assets and buy a good van that has handicap access and use some of the dollars for that?
Certainly, that's one way of reducing your countable resources without spending it on nursing home care.
What if there's a home and it has a $100,000 mortgage on it? Could we use some of our excess resources and pay off the mortgage without being penalized for doing that?
Absolutely.
So those are some great opportunities where we can actually transfer assets that we have that make us look over-resourced, put them into exempt resources, and then all of a sudden we're looking a lot closer to qualifying. We'll talk a little bit more about what we can do with the excess in assets we can't put into exempt assets in just a little bit. Thank you.